Join me as I transform some thrifted finds from cheap to chic, from French country decor to farmhouse decorating ideas that I know you'll love. Welcome to the Chic Show. For this project, I'm using some of Dixie Belle's patina paint and spray and this galvanized cross from Dollar Tree that I had originally redone for something else. I'm also using some resin molds that I made previously. The first step with this patina paint is to paint it with the iron paint and let it dry, and then go back and give it a second coat of the iron paint and then spritz it with the patina spray. And it works on metal. It also works on these resin molds as well. Now I'm just arranging the molds onto the cross the way I want them, and then I'm going to use some clear Gorilla Glue to attach them. I'm loving the way this turned out so far, but I do want to add a little bit more patina. So I'm going to be dabbing on each of these colors that you see here just in various places to continue to add to that patina. Now I'm going back with a wet wipe and I'm just dabbing some of that paint off. Now to soften those colors just a bit, I'm using some black chalk paint just to dab over them. I always like to go back over my molds and use a little bit of gold rub and buff. I'm using it all around the cross as well, but the rub and buff tends to bring out the details of the molds. Now I'm using some little clickable stamps, and I'm going to stamp on IHS in gold at the bottom. This is the abbreviation for the first three letters of Jesus' name in Greek. I'm going to seal my cross with some Rust-Oleum matte clear. I added this beautiful farmhouse cross to my wreath. Now I'm going to transform a basic Dollar General mailbox into a high-end vintage style piece using patina paint. To give this mailbox some French country detail, I used the Leonidas mold from Iron Orchids Designs with resin and glued it on with a combination of Fix-All adhesive and Tight Bond Quick and Thick. I also used the little scrolls that were with the mold as well, and I glued those on with the same glue and used painter's tape to keep everything in place while it dried. The next day I removed the painter's tape, and this project was ready for the next step. I started with a coat of flat black spray paint as my base, and once dry, I brushed on some teal paint to give another layer of patina. You could also achieve this with some of the other patina sprays as well. Next, I brushed on DIY's liquid patina iron paint in random uneven patches, starting with all of the detailed areas, and then I let it dry completely. This gives our patina something to react with. After adding the second coat of patina paint, I sprayed it with the green patina solution. I used my chip brush just to brush that patina spray around just to make it a little more even in places. I also mixed together my own solution of patina spray. It's salt and vinegar, and I put a little bit of yellow paint in there so that I would get kind of a different color. Once the patina spray had done its job and everything was dry, I dabbed on some gold rub and buff to blend into the finish. Once that was done, I sealed the whole thing with a matte clear spray to protect that vintage look. And here it is, our Dollar General mailbox, now a rustic vintage beauty. I thrifted this little rooster piece and I'm going to transform it into an antique cozy rooster decor piece. And for this piece, I'm going to be using Gustavian white milk paint. And for milk paint, you're supposed to mix equal parts of water and the milk powder. Mix that together, let it sit for a few minutes, let it thicken up, and then apply your first coat. The first coat is just basically to get it down there so the second coat has something to stick to. A lot of times with milk paint, you'll get a lot of crackles and some chipping pieces, which give you an antique, rustic farmhouse vibe. Using a hot air gun will oftentimes help speed up that crackle process. And then you can just use a little finger sander or sandpaper and sand away any of those chippy areas. I also sanded around the edges of the rooster as well. This will add to that rustic look and will allow some of that natural wood color to show through. I'm using this piece from IOD's Mercantile Stamp Set, and I'm going to be using some black, or it might have been a dark gray ink, that I'm going to stamp this piece onto the rooster, and then I'm also going to be using some of the ephemera stamp set. Once the ink is completely dry, I went back with some dark wax and I'm just going to be rubbing over the entire piece to bring out more of those crackles, that chipped part, and to give it kind of an antique look. I wanted to add an eye for this rooster, so I used a teeny tiny white button. I used Titebond Quick and Thick to glue the button on, and then I went back with my ink pad and tried to dirty that button up just a little bit. It was just a little too white for me. That will finish off our country style decor rooster. My last project, I'm using some of IOD's Classic Pots transfers and this Dollar Tree candle warmer. I am adding on part of the transfer that I have cut down so that I can make it fit on there exactly. Of course, once you get your transfer rubbed down, you do need to go back and burnish it just a little bit. You can use that backing paper. I just use my fingers for this particular one. Now I'm adding the rest of the transfer. I love the French country look that this particular transfer gives. The great thing about transfers is that you can cut them apart and fit them where you need to, or just use different pieces of them, so they're very versatile and very easy to use. I really liked the wood grain look of this particular wax warmer, but I will tell you it is not very deep, so it doesn't hold much wax. You might be better off just to use a pillar candle on top. Thrifted this beautiful piece of wood for 49 cents at a thrift store. Because the edges of the piece were a little bit lighter than the surface area, I used some Waverly Antique wax to try and match the two. Secondly, I mixed together some of this lantern milk paint, and it's equal parts water and equal part of the powder, and then you let it set aside for a few minutes to thicken up. And it is a beautiful, beautiful, rich black color. And I just painted the top side of this wood piece. I didn't cover it exactly at first. I wanted to have just a kind of a dry brush look, but in the end, I did pretty much cover the whole front surface area. I wanted to stamp some words as a background, so I used IOD's Kindest Regards stamp and a gold ink pad. As a reminder, you do want your ink to dry before you seal it. I did not, and you can see what happens right here. I don't know what I was thinking, but this is DIY Big Top, and I was going to seal this in, and all I did was wipe it right away. So I just left the sealer on there and let that dry, and then I inked up my stamp again and stamped it on. And actually this worked better because my ink was much more vibrant. Now this crown is from one of the new IOD molds, Heraldry. I used resin to pour the mold and let it harden. Now I'm using some of DIY's liquid patina paint in iron, and I'm covering that mold completely. Went back with the DIY liquid patina spray in green and sprayed that and let it dry overnight. This product really gives it an authentic rusty look. Now I'm going back with some acrylic gold paint, and I'm being very careful to outline the bottom part of that crown, and then I went back and just dry brushed over the details at the top. Using a combination of wood glue and Fix-All, I glued this little crown to the center of the wood piece. This is one of my most favorite scrap wood projects I've ever done. To finish it off, I did use that gold rub and buff, and I went around the edges of this piece. I started in just the corners and then decided I wanted to go ahead and do it around all the sides. And I completely forgot to get a final photo of this before I gave it away as a gift. I truly hope you've enjoyed these French country decor and farmhouse decorating ideas. Let me know by giving me a thumbs up or leaving me a comment in the comment section below. Here's another video I think you might like. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.